Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen. Often, the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square with the c-pawn. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center to prepare for a d4 pawn push. e6 creates an opening for the dark-squared bishop and opens a new diagonal for the queen. d4 offers to trade the more important central d4 pawn for the c5 pawn in exchange for more control of the center and quick development. C takes d4 gives black 2 central pawns versus 1 central pawn for white. Knight takes d4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having 1 central pawn versus black's 2 central pawns. Knight c6 challenges the knight on d4 and controls the e5 square. Knight c3 defends the e4 pawn and puts more pressure on the d5 square. Knight f6 develops the knight toward the center and attacks the e4 pawn. Knight takes c6 captures the knight on c6, when after black recaptures. A clear recapture. This kicks a knight. This threatens to win a pawn through an eventual fork. This prevents the opponent from being able to win a pawn through an eventual fork. This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square. The better move was to kick a knight. Very precise. Castling kingside tends to be safer than queenside because the king is further from the center. Out comes the queen, helping to solidify the position. This blocks an attack on a pawn. This is the only move that works. After a straightforward recapture. The correct move to safety. This threatens to kick a knight. That's fine. This threatens to capture a knight and win material after the follow-up trades. This avoids clear danger. This is the only good move. This for a clear recapture. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This is the only move that works. Cast. This is the strongest option. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a bishop. This avoids clear danger. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. With the rook now developed as well, white has all pieces ready for action. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. The pawn is now adequately defended. This doubles the rooks on a file, which allows them to team up to create threats. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. Black's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. The correct move to safety. Right on target. This is a fair move. That's fine. White's bishop has moved to a square with a very strong play. This is an equal trade. A straightforward recap. One of the best moves. This places a rook on the 7th.